This is from Biafra's Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for us, those who died that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no longer them, military shots at them. 67 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I thought that remember when me tell you say I thought that yeah, I remember that one that called us a Bruce Mero. But the way you go like a Papa Nuku. But then when we go, me tell you what I look on the Samiro, me tell you what I day. For we the front and the rest of man, I tell you what I do. Me know that you come, me tell them
I want to promise you something today. We must fight together, no retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra. May your soul rest in peace.
I look up to the sky with tears in my eye. For other Biafrans and for freedom had to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in my heart, we'll never be apart. They fought for our freedom, they died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front, without food, without guns, for our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes, we want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slain. Where will I be now if not then? They will remain indelible in my heart forever, 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 and ever, and ever, and ever.
We serve in your plantation, and the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation. We play in our history that the death of my people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bombed, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Where will I be now? If not you, you died at Mali.
They were starved to death because of our freedom, and they paid the debt for our freedom. Flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in our heart, we bleeding inside, tears in our eyes for our fallen heroes.
This is for my fallen heroes. Keep them on the patient people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause we to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not retire,
They paid the ultimate price. They died for me, for the freedom of my unborn child. We live for the legacy.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. march on, cause we are more than conquerors. Yeah, you know what it is. We must revenge, and we must stand to represent who we are.
akara m ihe mbe na-eme mbe si ma achọrọ ofu ukwu ehi ma nke ọzọ mụ achọrọ ihe niile ma ụkwụ ya ma aka ya ma isi ya ma olu ya anyị ga-adọbiri wee pụọ na nke onwe anyị tighata azụ etu anyị nọ tupu ndị ọcha wee bịa ebe a nwa aha obodo ebe a nwe ndị mmadụ n'ime tupu nwa bekee si ebe o si hapụ obodo ya ọ bịa ebe a ọkpọrọ onye nke ọkpọrọ okeke ọkpọrọ okafọ dakata anyị isi ọ sị n'ụbọchị nke taa na anya aha anyị wusi Naijiria anyị na-aza aha na-enweghị omimi n'ime ya ihe ngwa gị gbasị biko kọwara m ihe Naijiria pụtara enwepụghị kọwara m ọmụa ga-aza aha osimiri ka osimiri ga-aza aha mụnwa n'ihi ihe anyị na-ekwuwu na ebe arụgidere ụlọ a na ọ jọgburu onwe ya ọ dịghị mma Naijiria agaghị emekọtanwu ihe ọzọ ihe ọjọọ emego n'obodo a arụ emego egbugo ndị be anyị aka na-egbukwa anyị ndị Fulani wee chere na mabata be anyị ka na-egbukwa ndị be anyị ruo ụtụtụ echi a na-asị m na ọ ga-adị mma oge ọ na-ekwekwu ka nwee mmekọrịta bụ nke ndị nụkọ nke ndị ụmụnne ha egosighị anyị ọtụtụ mgbe ha kpọrọ anyị asị onye ajụrụ ajụ na-ajụ onwe ya ha jụrụ anyị aja ama njụ onwe anyị agbanyeghị na anyị nwe ngwa ahịa n'ugwu Awụsa agbanyeghị na anyị na-azụ ahịa ebe niile dị iche iche na-eme nke ọma kama onye gara ndụ kpakụ onye ire rie n'ihe ọ Ndụbụisi ka anyị na-ekwu okwu ya ka echeghata azụ ebe a ruo obodo anyị ka o wee maa mma wee karịa obodo ndị ọcha na mma ọhịa anyị na-arịọ nwoke na ugwu nwee nkwanye ugwu n'ime onwe anyị ọnwa anyị pụọ n'iro a na-etigbu anyị pụọ n'iro okwu okwu asị ọ bụ gịnị ma anyị ji wee ekwu okwu ọnwụ ihe ndị a ka anyị sị na anyị agaghị anabatakwa ya ọzọ.
Akụkọ a kọrọ anyị bụ na ọkụkọ na ewu agaghị nzukọ ụmụ anụmanụ a na-emezi mgbe ọbụla a chọrọ ịchụ aja ejiri ọkụkọ maọbụ nwụchụ aja mgbe ọbụla a chọrọ ime ka Naijiria dị n'otu enwe ha na-eto esi mgbe kpam akpụrụ ndị Igbo ọ pụtara na anyị bụ ọkụkọ maọbụ ka ọ pụtara na anyị agaghị nzukọ mere ya bụ ihe eji eme anyị bụ ndị Igbo ụdị na ọbara ndị Igbo ahụ kpafu n'obodo Naijiria gaja
ọ bụ site na akpọmasị ihe na-eme anyị dịka ihe mere ndị ji oge mgbe gara aga etu ọkụka mba niile dị iche iche ji kpọọ ụmụ Izrel asị a na-egbu ha a na-egbu ha a na-egbu ha afọ niile aka na-egbu ha o wee ruo oge ugbu anyị asị na ogbugbu a na-egbu anyị na ọ dịghị anyị mma ọ ka mma na onwe ihe kwegbuo anyị wu nwere onwe njem a nke anyị na-aga kama na na-esi etete n'ụtụtụ asị na onwe onye gburu ebe a onwe ha na-ekwu okwu o doo na onye onwe onye n'aka ụkọchukwu n'ugwu Awụsa ebepụ isi ọnwụghị ofu ugboro ọnwụghị ugboro abụọ ọnwụghị ugboro atọ ọnwụghị ugboro anọ ọ bụ ruo ole mgbe ka a ga-egbugide anyị wee rue anyị asị mba na anyị ga-aga ka anyị nwee ike wee nwere onwe anyị ọ ka mma na anyị nwụrụ ebe anyị na-azọ nwere onwe tụbụ na anyị nọ n'ụlọ etu a mmadụ ibe mabata n'ime ụlọ mbịa bupụ m isi a sị na-achọghị ụdị nka ọ bụghị anyị maka a ga-eji wee chụọ àjà ọzọ.
onye si na a ga-ata anyị ahụhụ ma ọ bụ na anyị fe arụsị anyị wee na-efe arụsị mgbe were iwe gị na ọmụma gị wee bịa leta anyị ụmụ anyị wee na-anwụsị ụfọdụ nọ n'ụzọ ije ha anaghị alọta ụlọ ọzọ nne na nna wee na-ata ahụhụ wee na-ata ikikere eze nwaanyị konye ka ọ gaa ubi ga arụ ọrụ Fulani chiri ehi bata ebe ala gị n'iyi okwu ebepụ ya isi anyị bụ ka anyị kpọpụ onye nwe anyị n'ugwu Awụsa ahụ ejide anyị wee gbuo ihe ọ bụ anyị mara aka n'ime ha si maka ha aga n'ihu elekwa ọdụ ụgbọ mmiri n'igwe ọcha bụ ememiri ọya nke dị na Kalaba otu aka ahụ anyị na-ala nsọ ebe Biafra bụ ndị kọstọm sokonye anyị n'etiti anyị anọghị n'ime mmiri kama kọstọm jiri ebe niile ha wee na-ata anyị ahụhụ anyị kwuo ekwesịpụta anyị ka kpọchie anyị kwuo ekwesịpụta anyị ka gbagbuo anyị onye nwe anyị na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe ọ bụ ụzọ dị agha ka isi na-efu ndị iro anyị n'anya wee karịa ndị nke gị akwa anyị bụ ụmụ Chineke akọba anyị ka anyị na-aza akọba anyị na-aza ike Chukwu akọba anyị na-aza amara Chineke akọba anyị na-aza Chisom akọba anyị na-aza Chisọba nna nke dị nsọ onye ime eluigwe dịka otu onye iro dị na anyị bụ ụmụ gị bịa ka iwe zọpụta anyị bịa ka iwe napụta anyị n'aka ọjọọ ihe bịa ka iwe lụọrọ anyị ọgụ bịa ka iwe tịtụ ozu ọ bụ ọkọwa mgbe mmiri Goliath Chineke nna nke igwe ruo ememiri Fero site otu a mee ka Fero guzo n'ihu ụmụ ndị anyị ga-ebi ka o wee taa akọkọ ikiri ụtọ ọzọ ị ga na-edu anyị n'ụzọ niile nke ezi omume ọ bụla adịghị na anyị na-aga ndagwurugwu onyinye ọnwụ ọ bụ nwa bụ ekekere n'igwe n'ụwa onye ọbụla kere gị n'oge mmalite n'oge ọgwụgwụ kama anyị nwe anyị gwa anọkpa ahụ ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ n'ezie kama ma akọ na okwu gị na-anọgide ego mgbe ebighị ebi ọ bụ ya mere anyị ji were nyere anya isi anyị wee na-asị nna nke dị nsọ bịa ka iwe gosi anyị Biafra na ndụ na-abụghị n'ọnwụ bịa ka iwe na-ekebe gị na amara gị wee kpuchiri anyị ka uwe bịa ka iwe zọpụta ndị nke gị bịa ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ka anyị na-ewetụta na nsọpụrụ na ịja mma site n'aha gị mere Chukwu nke abịa ma
Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining us on this program, wherever you are joining from. I appreciate you. I thank you for being part of the program. Please, as you join us, like and share to other platforms. Invite somebody to join us. Call somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody to join us. We are here on our Sunday sermon on Biafra restoration. Remember, our Sunday sermon is a sermon we conduct every Sunday. Most importantly, first of all, I appreciate all our Christian Biafrans, wherever you are, whether you are joining us from homeland, from Nigeria, from Africa, Asia, Europe, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand. You are joining us from Russia, from China, from Israel, from Iran, wherever you are joining us from. I welcome you to this amazing program and I thank you for being part of the program. Please like and share to other platforms, like and share to family and friends, and help us to continue to share this information. It is important. Every single day, we make it a point of duty to come here to propagate the gospel of Biafra. Regardless the temptations, the attack, the obstacles, the hindrances from right, left, and center, we will continue to preach this gospel. Today is Sunday. Most of us Christians have gone to the church. Some are back from the church. Some are still in their churches. Some are preparing to go. Whichever category you fall into, please make sure you do not forget to put Biafra in your prayers. In all your discussions in your churches, if you are a pastor, if you are a worker in the church, whatever position you have, when you go to church on Sunday, remember, there is one important and genuine assignment that you have: freedom. Every Biafran Christian is supposed to know that it is mandatory that you be part of this freedom. Why is it mandatory? Because Jesus Christ, who all of us believe is the Lord and Savior, upon whom we lay our hope and trust, was a freedom fighter. He came to fight for the freedom of mankind. From his birth until death, it was the battle of the freedom of man. He was battling until his death. So there is no way you can claim to be a Christian, somebody who has a Christ-like life. And when you see agitators, you see freedom fighters, you look at them as people who don't know what they're doing. You see them as people who don't have a job. You see them as troublemakers. You see them as miscreants. If you are a Christian and you are seeing people that are agitating as miscreants, or you're ignoring them, you are not joining. You are not a Christian. You are only a fraudster masquerading yourself as a Christian. That is the bitter truth. I don't care how you see it. If you are a Christian and all you do is to speak against the agitation, of innocent people that have been persecuted and massacred. Today, it has transformed into the Christian genocide we have in Nigeria. The Christian genocide today that the United States is the front line. It is even a shame that the Christian body in Nigeria don't even have a voice, even when it comes to this Christian genocide. Christian genocide, but when you look at the report coming from US, it is individuals coming out on their own. Nigerian Christian Association did nothing, absolutely nothing. They were not in the front line. They only come to speak a little when they are invited to speak. And that is a shame. That is a very big shame. The battle that we, the agitators, the Biafran people have been fighting for many, many decades has been the battle to save Christianity in some way, if you do not know. Because Biafrans are 99% Christian. When I say 99% Christian, don't get it mixed up, don't confuse, because I know we have the traditionalists and we have the Jewish people among us, and those that practice Judaism among us. We are Christians before. We are 100% Christians before some of them decided to take another path. Likewise, the traditionalists, majority of them, we are Christians, but one reason or the other made them to walk away and choose another path, which we don't have any problem with. As long as you're not hurting anybody, you are entitled to choose any religion you want. So I am saying this to say, we that call ourselves Christians, you must ask yourself a question. What kind of a Christian are you? What kind of a Christian are you? Are you one of those that are destroying the Christianity, making people to see you as a fraudster, as somebody who doesn't have a spine to even speak of his own freedom, as somebody who doesn't even have a spine to defend himself, always praying that Chukwu Okikabiyama should send atomic bomb from heaven to destroy your enemy, when you can be able to fight and free yourself? Are you part of those Christians who is waiting for God to solve a problem that he has already solved and tell you to possess your possession? But you keep on praying and disturbing him, even when he has answered your prayer. You will see the answer, you ignore it, and you continue to make noise. Are you that kind of Christian? If you are a Christian and you are not part of this agitation, you are not joining us to speak and talk. Even at this time that Christian genocide has become the order of the day, you can't open your mouth and mention Christianity. You can't open your mouth and mention Biafra. You can't even remember the Biafra people in your prayers. We are not asking you to carry gun or bullet or to fight anybody, but pray for your own nation that belongs to you. Pray for it. The nation of Biafra belongs to you and I. It belongs to you. Why are you not putting it in the front line? It is a shame. It's a very big shame. Well, we must continue no matter what they say. I want everyone that have joined us, as we always say, to understand that in this platform, we don't come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate against anybody. We don't come here to attack people, individuals, race, religion, or tribe. No. We don't come here to attack any group. What we do here is to propagate the gospel of Biafra, present Biafra before the whole world as the only remedy to the failed state in Nigeria. That we do morning, afternoon, evening. Anytime you see any of my channel on, it is about the propagation of the gospel of Biafra, nothing else. Anytime you see our platform on, we are propagating the gospel of Biafra, and we will continue to do that. We will continue to do that until when we are no more. So wherever you are as a Biafran, more especially the Christian Biafrans, because today is Sunday. If you have not yet joined the agitation, if you have not yet started adding your own voice, you are part of the problem. If you are a Christian, at this particular critical time, you have not added your own voice. In your platform, you are not sharing this video. You are not posting anything about agitation. You are not sharing things in your platform. You are not even advocating for the freedom of the people that Nigerian government are persecuting unnecessarily. You are not asking for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi or freedom of Mazi Ekpa. You are not asking of the freedom of Biafran people, and you call yourself a Christian. No matter what your tribe is, you are part of the problem. And I bet you, you will never go scot-free. You can keep on deceiving yourself for as long as you like, but at the end of the day, the truth can never be hidden forever. Wherever you are watching this program from, I welcome every one of you, and I appreciate you for joining us on today's program. And today we are going to touch some very important and critical issues. I want you to pay close attention. Pay close attention. The topic we are discussing today says Sunday Sermon on Biafra. How politicians and the Caliphate are secretly sabotaging the restoration of Biafra. How they are secretly sabotaging the restoration of Biafra. The politicians and the Caliphate. That is our discussion this evening. And we are going to try as much as we can to do justice to this very topic. Remember, we don't have our morning programs on Sundays. We only have evening program. So if you want to join me on stage on this very topic and you have a contribution to make, feel free to join me and feel free to speak your mind. Feel free to add your own opinion. Remember, as I always say, every one of us is entitled to our opinion. You are entitled to your opinion. I am entitled to mine. So I want you to pay close attention to what we are going to discuss. At any point in time where you feel that you can join on the discussion, please feel free to join the discussion. And I bet you, we bless you. We continue to show us the way out. So I welcome everyone that have joined on this platform this evening. And before we commence onto this topic, I think we have to start with a video that came out from the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi. I believe that video is in response of the propaganda that was being preached by Lolo Nneka. I knew that it would come to that. This was a woman who was doing very well, and we thought that she's with us. All of a sudden, she turned 360 degrees to become an enemy of Biafra. She became an arch enemy of Biafra, instruments of division. That is what she became. And when I saw her video, I said it, and I was worried. And many people complained and spoke about it. And finally, the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi have gotten the real information from Mazi Nnamdi. And I bet you, when you see a message from Mazi Nnamdi, you don't need to look at it twice. Only once. Only once. If you are genuine. If you are genuine, you are not covered with all those sentiments and propaganda. Forget about any difference you have with anybody. If you are genuine, once you see the message coming from Mazi Nnamdi, you will know. Nobody need to tell you. Nobody need to tell you. So that message, when I saw it and I had it, I think we are going to discuss fully on that message tomorrow, but we are going to play it now. We are going to play it so that people can understand, because we cannot leave any stone unturned. We cannot leave any stone unturned. No matter what the enemies are doing, this is not the time to be slow. This is not the time to give a chance for any propaganda or blackmail that is coming from any angle. Once we see it, we are going to attack it and shred it into pieces and make sure that those lies does not fly. They have used lies, propaganda to confuse many of us in the past. And we cannot allow that lies to continue. Not this time. This is a critical time where the whole Biafrans have to be together in one voice, in one mind, in one heart. It does not matter where you belong. It does not matter your group. It does not matter who you support. It does not matter who you are following. This is a critical time that Mazi Nnamdi himself need our support. We need to show the unity among us, not division. We need to show the world the unity of purpose. Unity of purpose. I talk about unity of purpose every time, again, and again. I speak about the unity of purpose over and over every time. I say that and I do that for a reason. Some of us do not understand. Some of us don't understand why I say that all the time. I have gone further to explain that unity of purpose does not mean that we will be speaking in one voice. Unity of purpose does not mean that we will agree on everything. Unity of purpose does not mean that we will be in the same group. Unity of purpose simply means that every single one of us will be focused on one agenda: freedom of Biafra. That is unity of purpose. I must not like you. You must not like me. We must not be in the same group. We must not have the same opinion. But at the end of the day, the target must be one. The purpose must be one. The purpose of you on your camera to speak must be to defend Biafra and pursue Biafra. The purpose for your gathering and forming any organization should be Biafra. There might be thousands. I don't care. As it stands today, I have made it clear. My purpose is to promote the cause of Biafra. Promote the cause of Biafra until we get back to our homeland. And I will continue to do so. Whatever you do that is genuine, I don't care who you are. Once I see you do something that promotes the cause of Biafra, I will promote it in my platform. If I see you, you don't need to come and tell me to promote you. You don't need to come and tell me to do this. You should come and display this. Just go ahead and do what you want to do. Show it to the Biafrans. I am one of the Biafrans. I will look at it. Once I see it, it is genuine and true, I will promote it. Just like that, our sister, Nega. She has been saying amazing things about Biafra. She has been promoting the cause of Biafra. She has been speaking about Biafra. She has been speaking about the cause of Igbos, more especially. Talking about Igbos. Talking good about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But all of a sudden, she opened her red color to show us that she's working for the politicians. She is working for the politicians. These are the people that are trying to turn the struggle. They want to turn the struggle into political pressure group. They want to turn the suffering of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to political pressure organization. But they have been busted. And I thought you could that they have been busted. So we are going to hear what the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had to say. These were the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that visited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I want you to pay close attention. We are still going to play this video tomorrow morning because in the morning program we have more people than evening. So we will repeat it tomorrow morning. This program will still play because people need to hear and see. We need to explain so that people can understand. To finally bury what that woman has come to do. This video buries it. You know, when we analyze that video, some of you will not understand the analysis. But in this very video, you will understand the analysis we have done in the past. You can be able to put your mind together and understand. So, my fellow Biafrans, I appreciate every one of you and I thank you for your patience and joining us. If they kick you out from this program, come back. I know they are kicking people out from the program. I know they are hindering people, they are stopping. I know that. So when they send you out, find your way and come back and we continue. So let us listen to this very video that was made by the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And from there we go.
All of us for freedom. My name is Nnamdi. I am one of the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. My friend here, Africa Kasi, also one of the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are in Supreme State where we have extensive discussion with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu concerning his appeal and other matters. He has information and directive to all of us for freedom. One, now henceforth, nobody should castigate the Directorate of State, otherwise known as DOS. DOS is a structure, is brainchild, and must be respected by all and sundry. We also direct that every rising sun, ambassadors of the international, must be respected by all and sundry. He specifically mentioned the following persons: Dr. Sylvester Onion, the past one work, Maxwell Dead, who are his very close associates and leaders and members of the bodies mentioned above. He strongly directs that nobody should castigate members of his family from now henceforth. Whoever attacks the US, Avi, Rising Sun, Ambassadors of Self-Permission, Dr. Sylvester Onion, Hans Mambo, Masfedele, or members of his family, attacks another American listener, and such person will not be forgiven. Mazi equally directs that all must be at peace with each other, that this is a critical time for consolidation of all efforts to achieve the purpose of this problem.
I want you to pay close attention. When you see the message that comes from Mazi Nnamdi, it is not difficult to dictate. This lawyer have said it and read out the instruction of Mazi Nnamdi. Every one of us know that Mazi Nnamdi created the DOS. When Mazi Nnamdi is talking about DOS, he knows what he's saying. He is the creator of DOS. He went into the detention that he is now because of the DOS. He is the DOS that we know. Mazi Nnamdi himself is in charge of the DOS. He himself. But when it comes to these characters that are claiming to be the DOS, that the governors used to manipulate everybody, Mazi Nnamdi has nothing to do with them. And that woman confirmed it when she asked Mazi Nnamdi. Mazi Nnamdi told her that some of them have compromised. When Mazi Nnamdi used they have been compromised, Mazi Nnamdi is part of them. Mazi Nnamdi is the creator and the leader of the DOS. So when he de-associates himself with them and remove the management of affairs from their hand, does not mean that he has destroyed the DOS or nullified it. DOS is still in existence under Mazi Nnamdi alone. So don't be spotted. Don't be confused. When you are hearing, do not. You see, that is why I say in this struggle, if you are focusing your attention on going personal, you are wasting your time. You are wasting your time. Remain focused. Identify people. When you see an evil man, pick them out. Talk about them. When you see an evil person, de-associate yourself from them. Mazi Nnamdi say you cut cancer out, you don't treat it, you cut it out. That is why most of us in this struggle, once we notice that you are deviating, we de-associate ourselves from you, we stay in distance. We are not going to fight you. We are not going to come. I'm not going to come here and begin to fight you or call your name or no, I won't do that. The only thing I will do is to distance myself from you. That is what Mazi Nnamdi has always done. Once Mazi Nnamdi gives him say that you have failed, he will distance himself from you. So the people that are parading themselves as DOS that you and I know, Chike Doziem, Chinasa Moru, and many other of them, they are compromised. These are not the people that Mazi Nnamdi is talking about when he said, don't attack DOS. So when you are talking about these criminals, you can use their name. You can mention their name. But when it comes to using that name, DOS, that name is sacred to Mazi Nnamdi. They defile it, and Mazi Nnamdi is trying to redeem that name. Don't use that name DOS anyhow. Like myself personally, for a long time, I don't call them. I prefer calling Department of Saboteurs. I prefer calling them Department of Saboteurs, which are the group that belongs to Chike and Chinasawo. These are Department of Saboteurs, not Directorate of State. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is talking about the Directorate of State. But the Department of Saboteurs, DOS, and those ones are corrupt, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said confirm. And when you look what this Mazi did, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went ahead to mention names of people he relates with. Like some of you that are confused. He didn't call my name. He didn't call your name. He didn't do that. Who are we going to follow? He didn't call any name. He didn't tell us whom to follow. Did you hear it again? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mentioned names of individuals that he is dealing with. And these individuals are in a different group. Some are in Avid. Some are in Rising Sun. Some are in the other. These are different groups. People that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu identify with as a person, not as a group. He identified with them as persons. He identified as a person. Because at this point in time, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot vouch for anybody. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu created IPOB, the Indigenous People of Biafra, which every one of us is part of. He created it. He can never throw it away. He cannot deny it. He's still in jail today because of it. He is the leader of DOS. He cannot deny it. He's the leader of it. But you can see that when this man is reading, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called for unity, for every one of us to unify together, unite ourselves. The only thing he said, stop castigating anybody, including attack to his family. It is not sensible, it is not reasonable. Even when Mazi Samareko was around, Mazi Samareko avoided talking anything about his family. He avoided until they pushed him. They were the first people to attack Mazi Samareko. They were the ones that came in. Even at a time, Mazi Samareko was telling us, even when the wife of Mazi Nnamdi was attacking Mazi Samareko said, don't say anything about her. Mazi Samareko said that the only person that has the right to say something about her is Mazi Nnamdi himself. We should not castigate her. It was only when she began to push, she came and began to push. Even as at that, Mazi Samareko didn't give any attack to her. He only advised her, is okay, when this Department of Sabotaging used her against Mazi Samareko advised her. That was what he did. When the brothers of Mazi Nnamdi fought Mazi Samareko didn't go after them. He only asked them some few questions. But in all cases, they were the one that go after him. And you see Mazi Nnamdi here advocating for unity. Unity. This is a message from Mazi Nnamdi. Not what that woman and Nneka came to do, to create division, to condemn everybody. You condemn everybody. You see this picture of Mazi Nnamdi did not condemn anybody. Mazi Nnamdi did not condemn anybody. He only told you the people that are related to him directly. He didn't condemn anybody. He reaffirmed the institution that he created. Mazi Nnamdi reaffirmed the institution that he created and never condemned anybody. He only encouraged all of us to be in unity at this critical point in time. Let us listen.
Mazi Nnamdi also states that he acknowledges the commitments and efforts of all the other groups who are too numerous to mention. He acknowledges all your efforts, he appreciates all your efforts, and asks that you all be focused and committed to the essence of the struggle.
Did you hear that? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu acknowledged the effort of all other groups, no matter the name or title you have, as long as you are pursuing this purpose of Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu acknowledge your effort. This is what I have been preaching all this while here. This is what I preach on my platform. Whichever umbrella you are, under whichever cover, under whichever title or name you are, focus on the project Biafra. That should be the thing that concerns you. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, And our Prime Minister did a great job and put something that we will look upon and build our ladder to climb. Did you see this picture? Mazi Nnamdi acknowledge everybody that is talking about Biafra. You are not the one to tell us who is right and who is not. With your brain, once you dictate somewhere that something is wrong, the only thing you have to do is to withdraw. Look for a place you are comfortable with and then begin to do what you have to do for Biafra. It is not for you to go attack. It's not for you to come online and condemn. It's not for you to come online and call people names. No, you don't have to do that. If you feel that something is wrong, you are not too clear with this, these things are not adding up for you, you have the right to withdraw. Not to create confusion, not to push propaganda and blackmailing each other. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu acknowledges this is a message from a leader. Not that thing that that woman was doing. This is a message from a leader. Not that nonsense that that woman came to say. This is the kind of message Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in detention. Everything he has to say has to align with things he has seen and known while he was outside. And you see him put his statement, call names, in case you are confused. Let's stress it.
From now henceforth, anybody who comes to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is forbidden from making public broadcasts or discourse as to the outcome of their meetings. If he has a message, the message will be sent to whoever is directly affected. But for the purposes of making public statements, he has restricted it to his lawyers only or the man of.
Did you hear that? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have restricted every statement to his own lawyers. You don't just have to go there and come and tell us Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tell you. If he has a message for you to a particular person, go to the person and deliver the message, not for the media. He just said it, the lawyers are the more powerful, and he said. As for that of a more powerful, I don't know who he is. I cannot vouch for him. But since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said the more powerful, that we all don't even know who the person who is representing that very office as we speak. Only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows who represents that office and what he stands for, and how he gets the information and how he delivers. So, but for the lawyers, I can be able to digest that when the lawyers go to him and give us information, say, look at what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. When we hear Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said this from the lawyers, take it to the bank. That is what he said. Because these are the lawyers that are working with him, going to see him every day.
He has also stated that nobody has ever paid money to see him from his inquiries, and that receiving is not a money-making venture for anyone. Whoever wants to visit him should follow the established protocol of the correctional facility, which is bring your list of identification, the passport photograph, then come to the correctional center where you will be given a form to fill, and with that form, the correctional facility officer will screen you and give to him for his final approval. He says that it is false and unfounded that people collect money to facilitate these issues. And now we should ask whoever has made that allegation, how much such a person paid to see him.
That is the impression that Lolo Nneka came to create. Lolo Nneka came on the social media to create the impression that people are collecting money to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that his family are collecting money to go and see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That was exactly the impression she created. When she was complaining about the processes, the sister of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being in the middle and all that, creating that impression. I don't know why she chose to create such impression. I don't know why. I can't explain. That was a very wrong impression that she created. And many people were wrong with that impression. That is going to cause a lot of damage, which is a false. Now, Mazi Nnamdi have challenged her to bring in people that have paid money to come and see him. I said it, go and watch my video I made on that video. And how what I said? I said it, that you coming to the public to castigate Mazi Nnamdi is absolutely wrong and unacceptable. You coming to condemn the family of Mazi Nnamdi, you know, on the national TV of Nigeria, you destroy the image of Mazi Nnamdi and his family on the national TV, and you think you are doing good. You think you are doing Mazi Nnamdi a favor. You are not doing Mazi Nnamdi. That was a direct attack to Mazi Nnamdi. What Nneka did, Lord Nneka did, was a direct attack to Mazi Nnamdi, and she's supposed to know that. She's not a child. She should know better. She's in the media. She knows how the media works.
Expressing disappointment that those who are supposed to foster harmony are showing signs of discord. That some persons resist from such acts as it is inimical, the state, detention, and inimical struggle. Anybody who comes to see him should fall from now henceforth, cease making public broadcasts except spoiled. He has directed that all must maintain decorum, must My friend, I think that's it.
Well, thank you. The people transition to message already. And the message is to be MNK, whereby my friends, that is more than ceases to make utterances about his person, about his detention, in general about his matter. MNK states that he gave no directions to her to make any public statement on his behalf. And MNK wanted to go to miscompromise radio broadcast, press meter, and correspondences being issued by her. And again, it is unfounded that the family of Mazi Nnamdi and the special counsel above has found the investigation of the transaction. As investigation found that the forms has been leveled by the law, and this is an evidence to debunk such an unfounded accusation and propound that as Catholic should seek psychiatric examination because there is an established protocol for this situation, which is administrative. If you comply with the protocol, you will see it. If you do not comply with the protocol, you will not see it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You have heard. The information is clear. Very, very clear. There is no doubt about it. When you see a message from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you know it without questioning. You know it. So that woman just came and began to push narrative that never existed. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said it. He never directed her to go and make any broadcast or to send any message or to create anything. But all of a sudden, she sprang up from nowhere and came to the national TV and began to blab and talk nonsense, condemn Simon Ekpa, condemn family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, condemn the lawyers, and promote DOS, the Department of Sabotage, not the DOS of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You see a message from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Don't condemn anybody, don't attack anybody, don't fight anybody. Unite yourself. Every structure I put in place remains there. until when he comes out, things will be made clear. But he called names. He called names. Beware of those names he called are people that are directly dealing with him. And he also said he recognized every other group, thousands of them, he can't even name. Any group that is genuinely fighting for Biafra, he recognized them. Mazi can never deny anybody. I have played several videos here where he said he doesn't deny anybody. He doesn't deny anybody, any Biafra. But that woman came to create the seed of discord, speaking from different kinds of ways, and unbelievable. I thank Chukwu that the lawyers have done justice to that. And this buries every rubbish that she has said. This has already buried it. And she will never have that opportunity to visit Mazi or speak to him again. Since all she wants to do is to push her propaganda and blackmail, she has done enough damage, and she will not have had access again to Mazi Nnamdi. So wherever you are as a Biafran, do not be afraid. Anything you know you are doing that is right, continue in that path. Every one of us know what is good and what is bad. If you are doing the wrong one, please stop. Change your ways. If you are waiting for me to attack you before you change your ways, sorry, you will wait forever. If you feel that what you are doing is right, continue. 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 I wish you well. Every one of us, any part you are that is genuine, continue on that path. Wherever your spirit is captured, wherever your spirit is satisfied, do it. Go ahead. Go ahead and do that thing even that your spirit accepts. I'm not going to come here and tell you, you must obey me, you must follow me, you must be in my group. No. I don't have any group. I'm just on my own, speaking about Biafra. Just the way I started when I started. Nobody came to call me to speak about Biafra. I started speaking on my own. It's more than a decade, since 2016, 17. I began to broadcast. I never stopped one day. I never stopped for one day. And I say what I know. I say what I see, not what I'm told. Once I see that things are not adding up, I don't attack anybody. I only go back. I only speak. When you talk about Mazi Nnamdi or Mazi Simon Ekpa, you bring wrong information, I go after you, I respond to you. If you speak falsely about Mazi Nnamdi or Mazi Simon, these people are the people that my personal self, my spirit have verified and say they are okay. Not because somebody told me. I verified myself. My conscience is satisfied with Mazi Nnamdi or Mazi Simon Ekpa. No matter what happens. If you come and tell me they say this, they say that, I don't care. I will wait until I see them. I will continue to hold my trust for them until they join us. So my wonderful people, on the program of the day that we are supposed to do, we still have to touch on the program. I appreciate every one of you, every soul that understands that freedom is not given. It is organized, defended, and sustained. Tonight, our discussion is not a casual discussion. Tonight is not motivational talk. Tonight is political education, mental decolonization, and strategic awakening. That is what we will do this evening. Pay attention. If you have not shared this program, please share this program. If you have not like the program so that others can join us. It is very important. Every information is important at this point in time in 2026, when the entire world is looking into Nigeria to find a solution. Every single program I do this year is important. Pay close attention. Give it a thumbs up. Like and share it so that others can get the notification and join us. When you like, you are triggering the algorithm to invite others. That is why we ask you to like and share, because The network, they don't promote our program. The Nigerian government are attacking our program. Some people who are our fellow Biafran that don't like us are also attacking. So the only way we can overcome is by those of us that are genuine in heart. When you see a genuine message, like and share it so that we can be able to get to where we have to get to. Because what I am about to say tonight explain why Biafra agitation succeed at times and why it's constantly attacked, weakened, infiltrated, and destabilized. That is what we have to talk this evening. It's very important. So let's listen and hear what we have to say. Let me start with this truth. No liberation movement collapses because of the enemy alone. Have this in your mind. There is no liberation movement in the world that collapses because of enemies alone. Liberation movement collapse when consistency is broken from within. Whenever consistency is broken from within, liberation movement collapse. Every serious freedom struggle in history survived external enemies. What destroys many of them was internal sabotage, political compromise, ego, and infiltration. This is the problem we are facing today in Biafra agitation. And that is exactly what we are witnessing today in Biafra restoration agitation. There is a deliberate, coordinated effort, not accidental, to weaken the movement by attacking. What Lolo Nneka did was a deliberate, coordinated effort. It wasn't accidental. What you saw Lolo Nneka did was never accidental at all. It was deliberate, coordinated effort to weaken the movement by attacking the movement. That was what she did. Consistency was being attacked. Our unity will always be attacked. Discipline, leadership, narrative control. These are deliberate ways and targets they pursue among us. They put deliberate effort to weaken our consistency, deliberate effort to weaken our unity, deliberate effort to weaken our discipline, to weaken our leadership, and weaken our narrative. That was exactly what Lolo Nneka was doing. But I thank you that Mazi Nnamdi can have nailed it. And that is buried. And this effort comes from two major power centers. Southeast Nigerian politicians, the Northern Caliphate power structure. These two people are working tirelessly every day to see that they disorganize us. The Southeast politicians and the Northern Caliphate, they are the one employing every necessary means to destroy our consistency, our unity, our discipline, our leadership, our narrative control. Every one of us must be very careful. We must be awake. They may appear different, but their interests align perfectly well. They may appear differently. You see some will come like an angel, a wolf in sheepskin. The Caliphate, you know them already. Your politicians, you don't know many of them. Some of them will preach Biafra, but inwardly, the interests they have aligned with that of the Caliphate. Consistency in this struggle is non-negotiable. Consistency in the cause of Biafra is not negotiable. Consistency is not noise. Consistency is not shouting. Consistency is structure, focus, and persistence. That is what is called consistency. Structure, focus, and persistence. The structure of the struggle. All the way from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the arrest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave birth, natural birth, to Mazi Simon Ekpa. And Mazi Simon Ekpa laid a very powerful and wonderful foundation that gave Nigeria woto pressure that they could not stand. Gave Nigeria pressure that they could not stand. A movement without consistency. Any movement without consistency becomes easy to confuse, easy to divide, easy to hijack, easy to neutralize. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, consistency is the key. Don't forget that. Our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, made it clear that consistency is the key. So wherever you are, you must know that it is necessary that we remain consistent in anything we are doing. If there is nothing else you will do, at least try as much as possible to be consistent in everything you do. Consistency in terms of the structure, consistency in terms of all the strategies on the ground. A movement without consistency becomes easy to confuse, divide, hijack, neutralize. Consistency also means one vision. We must have one vision. Biafra. Restoration of Biafra. One vision. Restoration of Biafra. One direction. Biafra. That is the only direction. One discipline and narrative. Self-determination. One united psychological front. One united psychological front. That is what we should have. If you listen carefully in all this I'm saying, in all these qualities, I am not talking about group. It has nothing to do with the group where you are, the group where you are not. It doesn't matter the name you answer. It's not about the name you answer, the group you are. Where, no. It is much more deeper than that. That is why I do not give a damn about groups. When I see what you do and the result, I will preach it. I will join you. I will support you. Just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said, and that very good. Even before now, I have played videos of Mazi when he said, I support every single group that is doing everything to bring down this very institution that is holding us captive. That is the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And he has just repeated it again through his lawyers, that he appreciates all the other groups. There are so many groups that you can't even know their names. That he appreciate everybody. The only thing he asks is that we should remain in peace, continue to pursue the cause, remain consistent, one vision, one direction, one discipline narrative, one united psychological front. Simple. This is why the system is obsessed with breaking Biafra consistency. They know that we have these qualities. That is why they are so afraid. They are so obsessed with breaking Biafra consistency. They are doing everything, employing even our own brothers and sisters. They will train them, employ them, and push them in us to break us. Because once consistency is broken, the people begin to doubt themselves. That is what Lord Neka wanted to create. Doubt. She wanted us to begin to doubt ourselves. That is what the Nigerian politicians and the Caliphate told her to do. Create doubt in them. Let them begin to doubt themselves. They doubted the lawyers. They doubted Mazi Samaneko. They doubted the family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Then the pressure group of the politicians pushed them, the Department of Sabotage. Create doubt. That's what they wanted. Once consistency is broken, the people begin to doubt themselves. The people begin to attack each other. That is what she wanted. She wanted us to attack each other. The people begin to question leadership endlessly. That is what she wanted to create. She wanted to create that confusion. Question leadership, which she has already started. Attack on the brother of Sister Mazi Nnamdi to make us begin to question Mazi Nnamdi. But we are smarter than that. That is why we must be consistent. She wanted us to begin to chase distractions. Distractions, that is what she brought for us to chase it. She wanted us to lose strategic focus. We will lose focus. Instead of talking on the appeal of Mazi Nnamdi, which is the most important thing. Appeal of Mazi Nnamdi, 90 days is expiring, and up till now, Mazi Nnamdi has not succeeded in appealing. 90 days is expiring. That should be the focus, the pressure. We should be worried about that. But she's telling us about pilgrimage. Turn Sokoto to Holy Land and pilgrimage. Who will turn Sokoto to Holy Land? Who will turn Sokoto to Holy Land? How can Sokoto be a holy land? You can imagine what a Biafran is saying, that you should make Sokoto a holy land. How can Sokoto be a holy land? You see why consistency is important? Consistency is important because consistency is broken. Once consistency is broken, the people begin to doubt themselves, attack each other, question leadership endlessly, chase distraction, lose strategy, focus. And when that happens, the enemy doesn't need bullets. Confusion does the job. If Nneka has succeeded in what she wanted to do, they don't need to kill anybody. They don't need to fire bullets. Only that confusion will do the job for them. Biafra will just die a natural death and sleep. We will not speak again. Even at that time, when this Donald Trump issue on that, when the Christian genocide is they're talking about, you see, even in that her statement, when she mentioned about the Christian genocide, she didn't expand it. She didn't tell us whether she supported it or not. She mentioned the US intervention. She didn't elaborate on the US intervention. Just to create division. That was the main target. But I thank you that Biafrans were awake. Every one of us was awake. The Southeast politicians are playing a very dangerous role in this struggle. Very dangerous role. Let us talk about the Southeast politicians class, political class. These politicians do not fear Nigeria. They fear losing relevance in a free Biafra. The politicians in the Southeast, the Igbo politicians, when I talk about South, I'm talking about the Igbo politicians in Nigeria. They are not just afraid of Nigeria. They are afraid of losing relevance in a free Biafra where people will have rights to be who they want to be. Because they know in a free Biafra, they will have no position. These criminals, somebody like who opposed to them want to have a criminal record. All Jews of Canada have a criminal record. Soludo that have a criminal record has stolen money from the World Bank, from Nigeria. Peter Mbana has a forged certificate, cannot even contest in a free Biafra. That is why they are all afraid. That is why they fear losing relevance in a free Biafra. Because they benefit from Abuja allocation. That allocation they benefit from Abuja, they don't want to lose it. That political appointment that is making them look like Alpha and Omega, they don't want to lose it. Controlled opposition, poverty management, total representation. They survive by appearing close to the people while serving the system. That is what they do. They will appear close to the people, but they are serving the system that is keeping us captive. They are serving the system that is put in place by the British, the Caliphate. Every politician in the Biafra land, they are serving the Caliphate. Take it to the bank. From number one to the last one. Every single one, including OT that you see in Abia State. The only thing that's happening to OT is that when he entered, the appointment of OT was an accidental. But as time progresses, they are trying to twist OT and reshape him into submission. Abia State governor today, they are seriously molding him with the election coming. They are molding him now as we speak. They are molding him to reshape him into the system. The appearance of OT was a mistake. And that OT will now show you what Biafra can be if we have people-oriented leadership. If we have people-appointed leaders. OT is an example to show you what people-appointed leaders can be able to do. Not these criminals that are emerging from Nigeria election. And this is why they don't want to be Biafra. They survive by appearing close to the people while serving the system. Their strategy is subtle. Subtle. That is their strategy. They don't force it gradually. They blow you breeze. They will come, they pretend to be sympathizers. You saw Soludo when he was sympathizing with Mazi Nnamdi. Went and took picture with him. Made a very big billboard and said Mazi Nnamdi will be freed. Where is that billboard today? He made a big billboard and said free Mazi Nnamdi in Anambra State. Pretend to be sympathizers. Just like Lord Nneka. Not Nneka have been a great sympathizer. She will come to the court, she will shout, she will cry, she will talk. Every time she is just on Igbo case and Mazi Nnamdi can't do everything. But all of a sudden, look at where she has landed. They condemn violence selectively. They condemn violence selectively. When it happens in Biafran land, they carry it upon themselves. They invite soldiers, unleash mayhem. When it happens to other people, no, they don't care. Under those governors, if a Biafran person commits any crime, if you see the kind of treatment, they will tie you like a goat, almost take your life. But when a Janjaweed commit the same crime, nobody will touch him. They won't even beat him. VIP treatment, and before you know, they release him. They call for peace without justice. That is what the political elites in Biafra land are doing. They will call for peace without justice. They will say, forget, let's make peace, but justice, they will never agree to justice. Leave the agitation, come and join. You see how they try to woo our liberation army. They want to take the liberation army and join themselves without justice. You want them to come out and take amnesty. Come and take amnesty, let's make peace without justice. That is what you see with them. Promote dialogue that leads nowhere. They promote dialogue that leads nowhere. And all this is I'm reading here is what Nneka has done. Call for peace, promote dialogue that leads to nowhere. Push confusion instead of clarity. Clear confusion. That is what we see from these politicians and their groups. And it is easy to identify. They do not attack Biafra openly. They dilute it. That's what they do. They don't come to attack Biafra. They just dilute it. They tell you, oh, it is not yet time. Oh, let us wait. Let us take it easy. After election, we can continue. Oh, let us see. Oh, let's see opportunity. We can get it. Oh, maybe if we become governor, if we become president, we can now from there get Biafra. Oh, first of all, we become a president. Absolute rubbish. Nonsense. They do not confront movements. They distract it. That is what they have been doing. Distraction. Right, left, and center. They do not confront leadership. They plant doubt around leadership. That was the strategy that they came to Mazi Nnamdi. Every single thing Lolo Neka was saying was to plant doubt around Mazi Nnamdi's leadership. Mazi Nnamdi not able to manage his family. Mazi Nnamdi not able to manage his group. Mazi Nnamdi not able to manage the place. That is what she was trying to create. When she said that Mazi Nnamdi created a DOS and yet he doesn't work with them, he is working for the people, creating doubt about Mazi Nnamdi. Telling us about Mazi Nnamdi family, how they are creating doubt about everything she was saying was attacking the personality of Mazi Nnamdi. I don't know why people didn't pick it up, but I thank you for that she has been nailed. They do not confront leadership. They can't confront Mazi Nnamdi. They plant doubt around leadership. That is what she tried to do. Because a consistent movement threatens their political survival. A consistent movement threatens their political survival. That's why they are pushing different techniques and tactics to crush the agitation, or they will not succeed. Now, let us be clear about the Northern Caliphate structure. This is not about tribe. This is not about architecture. It is not about tribe. I'm not talking about tribe here. It is about power architecture. That is what we're talking about. So don't say we are being tribalistic. It is not about tribal. We're not being tribalistic. We are talking about power architecture. The Caliphate benefits from centralized Nigeria. Every one of you know that even right from independence, the British told them that you can't survive alone. You can never survive on your own. You have nothing. You don't have the brain. You are too lazy. The British told them. So the Caliphate benefits from centralized Nigeria. That is why you see they are already crying to Donald Trump, don't divide Nigeria. They see the handwriting on the wall that Nigeria is going to be disintegrated. They are already crying, oh, don't divide Nigeria, because the centralized Nigeria benefit them. Population advantage narrative. Population advantage narrative. That is the narrative that they created, the British helped them to create. It is not that they have the population, but they have already created that narrative for many years, and they are using it effectively to politically shape things to their own direction. That population advantage narrative that the Caliphate has for a long time, that is what they are using. Security dominance. Security dominance. They have started this strategy for a long time. They dominate the army, the police, everywhere. I could remember in those days, many of us that wanted to enter the NDA, you can't get the form. To enter NDA, you can't get the form. Some people have to change their name to answer a Muslim name before they will be admitted into the NDA, Nigerian Defense Academy. Some people have to change their name just to get admission. Resource control without ownership. That is what they do. Political imbalance is benefiting them. A united, disciplined Biafra dismantled this architecture, this criminal architecture. A united, disciplined Biafra dismantled it. So their strategy is, the strategy of the Caliphate, their strategy is, I want you to pay attention, because anybody you see that has this character, you know, is either he's working with a Nigerian politician or he's working with the Caliphate, because both of them have similar agenda. So the strategy of the Caliphate is criminalize the agitation. That is why they went ahead to call us terrorists, even when our leader is badging honorary citizenship in Georgia, United States. There is no country in the world where IPOB was known as a terrorist organization. They are all registered in all the Biafran agitating groups. They are registered in all parts of the world. None of them is seen as a terrorist organization. But in Nigeria, they criminalize it. That is their strategy. Criminalize the agitation. Label it extremism. They come as a kind of tribalist, tribal bigot, different kinds of them. They come as a Simon Ekpa, extremist. Divide leadership perception. That is what they do. Encourage internal conflict. That is what they do. Divide and rule. They have done it so much in this agitation. They sponsor people, put them into leadership, and create confusion. Use state machineries to intimidate. That is what the Caliphate does. That is what the Caliphate does. They do it every day. They understand one truth. Biafra consistency equals Nigerian structural collapse. This is one thing they know. That Biafra consistency equals Nigerian structural collapse. This is why they don't want to see us. This is why they don't want to hear from us. This is why our existence threatens them. But are they going to stop us? Impossible. We are unstoppable. We are unstoppable. That is what every time the movement regains momentum, pressure intensifies. No matter what they do. That is why every time the movement regains momentum, pressure intensifies. No liberation movement survives without leadership. None. No liberation movement survives without leadership. The system understands this very well. So what do? They demonize your leaders. You see what they did to Mazi Nnamdi? Do you see how they demonize Mazi Simon Ekpa? That even the people that Mazi Simon is sacrificing his life for are fighting him. The people that Mazi Simon Ekpa is putting his life on the line to save, they demonize him and they are fighting him. Do you know that Mazi Simon Ekpa put himself in harm's way to save Mazi Nnamdi? Some of you didn't know. Mazi Simon Ekpa just went in, took away all the blame from Mazi Nnamdi and put upon himself. All those name calling, all those attacks, the enemy, what he did was to shift their focus from Mazi Nnamdi, and all of them were focused on Mazi Simon Ekpa. They channel every instrument they have. At a point in time, the Caliphate, Biafra politicians, Biafra agitators, they were together fighting only one man. That was what Mazi Simon Ekpa went through. Some of you have forgotten. The entire nation, including the West, they were focused on one man to bring him down. They demonize your leaders. They create fake alternatives. Fake alternative. Just like they are trying to create the ones you are seeing today. The pressure group they want to call IPOB. They created the pressure group called IPOB. We created the ESN. They created the Bubago. We created ESN. They created the Bubago. We had the Liberation Army. They brought the Bubago to destabilize everything. They create fake alternatives. They push internal rivalry. The rivalry you are seeing today among every Biafran group is engineered by the Zoological Republic, the Caliphate. They are the one that is steering those rivalry. They will go and meet with Okeke. You know that you're supposed to be the strong man. You're a good guy. You're talking well. Why is it that people like you are here? These kind of people that are leading. Why is it that people like you are here? Is this what are leading? And before you know it, it enters people's head. They push internal rivalry. They amplify disagreement. Whenever we disagree, if we are talking about disagreement here now in this platform, before you finish, they will use it for their program. They will announce it. Their media will carry it. Oh, they are fighting. Oh, like that thing that Nneka did. Before you know it, the media will continue to catapult it and say that, oh, Mazi Nnamdi have distanced himself from all group. He is no longer with them. He has called them out. They are using his name for money. They amplify disagreement. They turn followers against leadership. That is what the Caliphate does. Why? Because when leadership credibility is weakened, discipline collapses. When leadership credibility is weakened, discipline collapses. That is why the visit of Nneka was very, very dangerous. What Nneka was doing online was very dangerous. That message she brought, that broadcast was very, very dangerous because it was attack directly on Mazi Nnamdi leadership. Some of you don't know. That was a direct attack to Mazi Nnamdi leadership. Because when leadership credibility is weakened, discipline collapses completely. This is why emotional reactions are dangerous. This is why impulsive decisions harm the struggle. This is why consistency must override sentiment at all times. Leaders are not gods, but leaders. Leaders are not God. Leaders are not God. But leadership structure is sacred in a liberation movement. Leadership structure is sacred in a leadership movement. That is why you must pay attention to structure. And when somebody is deviating from that structure, be very careful. When you find out that somebody is deviating, I'm not telling you to go and fight anybody or talk about anybody. When you see that somebody is deviating from that structure, you take a back seat, watch, and be very careful. Step aside. Destroy leadership and the movement fragments. Confusion is the most effective weapon against oppressed people. Setting confusion is the most weapon against oppressed people. Confusion makes people fight each other. Instead of system, confusion creates multiple directions instead of one path. Confusion replaces strategy with emotion. That is why too many voices are suddenly amplified. Too many narratives are pushed out once, and many solutions appear overnight. All the goal is to create confusion. The goal is simple: make the people tired, divide, and mentally exhausted. That is the goal. And this is what we see over and over. Some of us are not paying attention. Too many voices are suddenly amplified from people speaking from different angles, from different. You think they are with you, with different narratives. Too many narratives are pushed at once. Too many solutions appear overnight. The goal is simple: make the people tired, divided, and mentally exhausted. And once fatigue sets in, consistency disappears. Everything I'm telling you here, we have seen it in this struggle. That is why I always say you must take a deep breath. Digest everything you are hearing. Then you will know how to follow up in this struggle. When you are tired, no need to fight and attack, and just go and take your rest. Allow those who still have the energy to go on. Before you talk, think first. Don't talk before you think. Before you talk, think with your head before you talk. Not after talking, then you begin to think. No. Every one of us must be awake. Today, the way forward is now. I want every one of us in this program to listen carefully, wherever you're watching from. Listen very carefully, wherever you're watching. The future of Biafra does not depend on noise. Never. The future of Biafra today in 2026 does not depend on noise. We have crossed that area. It depends on discipline, consistency, and unity. Remember, when I talk about unity, I always go forward to tell you about unity of purpose. Unity does not mean that we must be in the same group. Unity does not mean that we must like each other. Unity does not mean that we must have the same opinion, but unity of purpose. I know why I go further to explain this. Unity of purpose. The future of Biafra does not depend on noise alone, not on noise making. Time has passed. During the time of agitation, undermine Nnamdi, Kanu, and this IPOB and all, shouting, everybody we made enough noise, and the world have had. Today, in 2026, is a different ballgame. The United States is already on the case. The United States is already on the case of Biafra. Nigerian case is already on the table, and I bet you disintegration is part of it. Today, it depends on discipline. We need to show discipline. We need to show consistency, and we need to show unity. Consistency means staying focused despite every provocation. The consistency we are talking about, it means staying focused despite provocations, refusing internal sabotage, resisting emotional manipulation, understanding long-term strategy, standing firm despite pressure. Unity does not mean uniformity. Unity means strategic alignment. That is what I'm talking about. So don't get confused. Discipline means controlling reactions. Before you react, control yourself. Don't just rush. Don't just talk because people are talking, because your friend, your brother, or your group is talking. No. Control reactions. Respecting structure. Protecting the movement from infiltration. Staying mentally alert. This is how liberation movement wins. And that is how we're going to win. I want every one of us, don't just listen, but pay close attention to every single thing I say here. Pay very close attention. You will understand where I am going. You will understand the need for us to be serious. You will understand the importance of all that I have said. I pray that Chukwu will lead us through. You're welcome, Prince Onyede. Prince, are you there? If you can hear me, speak up. Let's hear you. Oh, Prince is gone. I thought he wanted to make a contribution, so maybe he just came in and he ran out. I thought you wanted to make a contribution, Prince. That's why I tried to let you in. So my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching this program from, we have spoken at length. And as I always say, every hand must be on deck. As we are rounding up on this program, let me end with this message. The enemy is not afraid of your anger. The enemy is not afraid of our anger. The enemy is afraid of our discipline. Discipline in the pursuit of the cause of Biafra. Discipline in the support of our leaders, regardless everything they are saying. That is what the enemy is afraid of. The enemy is not afraid of your words. The enemy is afraid of your consistency. That is what they are afraid of. The enemy is not afraid of protests alone. The enemy is afraid of organized unity. It is shaking them. If consistency survives, Biafra is inevitable. If our consistency survives, Biafra is inevitable. If unity holds, restoration is unavoidable. If discipline stands, the system collapses automatically. That is why, wherever you are, you must begin to see things differently. We must begin to wake up from all angles, all corners, and begin to do things differently. Don't say you are not told. Don't say you are not warned. We must do something differently at this point in time. So, my fellow Biafrans, I appreciate every one of you that have joined us on this Sunday sermon. I believe you have learned something. You can go back and watch it over and over again. If there is something you disagree with in this very message, come tomorrow morning program. Tomorrow morning program, we're going to revisit this very program. We are going, because it is important. That message that Mazi Nnamdi sent through his lawyer yesterday, it is very, very important to end finally the propaganda of Law Neka Chilesi. Because that was an attack to Mazi Nnamdi. Law Neka Chilesi personally attacked Mazi Nnamdi. We are still going to use that program tomorrow. So tomorrow program, remember tomorrow is sit at home, Monday sit at home. Our civil disobedience is non-negotiable. It is non-negotiable. And nobody is being forced. It is something that people do willingly. Now that our supreme leader is in the hand of the Caliphate, that is the only way we can protest. That is the only way. And you see, that woman was even discouraging protests, discouraging everything, condemning everybody. Oh, it is so sad. It's so sad that that sister has just ended her career in that way. She just ended her career in that way. It's very sad. So, my fellow Biafrans, tomorrow program is going to be another bombshell. We will have many videos to back up what we are going to say tomorrow, and we are going to revisit this very video and so many other videos that confirms what we are going through. Tomorrow is going to be a bombshell. Join us in the morning program tomorrow by 10 a.m. Biafran time. If you are in this platform now, make sure that you subscribe. Touch the notification. There is a notification bell. Touch that bell again. Even if you have done it before, touch it so that you can refresh your bell. Touch it again, that bell, notification bell, so that once I come online, you can join immediately and we can open up the program and run it. Remember, our morning program will take longer. Morning program will take 2, 3, 4 hours in the morning program. But evening program, 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes. Sometimes if we waste time, 2 hours and we are done. So, but in morning program, you have more people, even more speakers join us. People come to speak and join us, unlike the evening program here, where only we speak. So you can join us on the morning program so that you can be able to make your own contribution and say what you have to say. It is very important. If you disagree with me, you are entitled to disagree. I say it. You are entitled to your opinion. You must not agree with everything I say. You must not agree. The only thing I do in this platform is to broaden argument, broaden discussion, so that we can open up the gap, make people to think outside the box. At the end of the day, they can make a genuine and sensible decisions for themselves. Because whatever decision you make, nobody will hold you accountable. They will hold you accountable. And at the end of the day, there will be consequence for every decision you make. So you don't just decide something, you don't just act. So go and rewatch this program. Come tomorrow. Challenge us with whatever we have said. If you have a contrary opinion, bring it on tomorrow. Let us dig it out tomorrow morning. I appreciate every one of you. And I ask you, as you are in this platform, if this message that you have listened to today, if it resonates with you, if you like this message, if it resonates with you and your idea, please type on the comment section, type consistency is power in the comment section. Write it in the comment section. Write consistency is power on the comment section. Then share the program to your WhatsApp group. Share it to family and friends. Share it to anybody you can be able to share it to. Educate others, people that are close to you. Educate them, your family members, your friends. Educate them. And most importantly, stay focused at all times. Stay focused. Stay disciplined. And stay united at all times. This struggle is bigger than personalities. This movement is bigger than emotion. This mission is bigger than today. Biafra is not a trend. Biafra is a destiny. Always remember that. Thank you so much for listening. May Chukwu continue to guide and protect every one of you that have joined us on this program, wherever you are watching from. May Chukwu guide and protect our leaders, more especially our supreme leader, Nnamdi, Mazi, Simon, Ekpa, and Joko. May Chukwu be their guide and protector and bring them to us very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching. See you again tomorrow morning by the grace of Chukwu. Stay blessed. Bye-bye, everybody. Good night.
This is from Biafran's Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for us, those who died, that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no longer them, military shots at them. 67 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I thought that remember when me tell you say I thought that yeah, I remember that one that called us a Bruce Mero. But the way you put like a papa nuku. But then when we hero, me tell you what I look pandi, what pandi Samiro, me tell you what I day. For me the front and the rest of man, I tell you what I do. Me never give up, me tell them
heroes, I want to promise you something today. We must fight together, no retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra. May your soul rest in peace.
I look up to the sky with tears in my eye. For other Biafrans and for freedom had to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in the heart, you'll never be apart.
They fought for our freedom. They died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front. Without food, without guns. For our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes. We want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slain. Where will I be now if not then? They will remain indelible in my heart forever, 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 and never, and never, and never.
We serve in your plantation, and the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation. We play in our history that the death of my people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bombed, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us.
because of our freedom, and they paid the debt for our freedom. Raise the flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in our heart, we bleeding inside, tears in our eyes, so I'm falling here.
This is for my fallen heroes. Keep them on the patient people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not recast,